Story time about how I had a baby with my baby daddy's brother. I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory and then we're gonna get right into the story.
Alright, I know we all operate on a different frequency, but I feel as though, in general, certain pum pum should be off limits. Your nieces and your nephew's mother, I think that pum pum should be off limits.
So boom, me and my baby daddy met whenever we was in high school. We went to high school together, and at some point we ended up talking, and then I stopped talking to him. A little while after that, like a few months later, maybe like 6 months later, he ended up trying to talk to me again, and that's how, we ended up, things transpired from there. So after high school, me and him ended up moving in together.
No. Listen, ma'am. You telling some Jerry Springer, I ain't gonna say there's some cousins kissing cousins type shit, but you gotta come with full details. Ain't no shortcuts. Things transpired, no. What happened?
I got pregnant, we ended up breaking up a little while after. And after that, he went to prison 4 days after my daughter was born. So, while he was in prison, I already knew his brother and everything was cool. Me and his brother was always cool, like a sister-in-law, brother-in-law relationship. So everything was all cool, and then, he went to prison, my baby daddy went to prison, and, we would, speak, me and the brother would speak about, my baby daddy be in prison.
See, that's how it be happening. You go to prison, you go to the military, all of a sudden, your brother or your best friend or your friend that you considered your brother, all of a sudden he want to be emotional support for your woman. I'ma just step in until my brother come back home. I'ma hold you down, sis. We in this together. We both miss him.
So when my baby daddy would call me, he would ask me to do a three-way so he could talk to his brother and everything like that. And that's just that. So after a while, me and my baby daddy just, was not even on that no more. And the brother started to look good to me. I'm like, okay. So, the brother actually came on to me, and I was like, all right, cool. Okay, cool. So we started talking. My baby daddy did not know at the time. He's still in prison at this time. So,
because he would have been pissed.
After that, me and my brother-in-law, supposedly, we're starting to take things to the next level. We was, seeing each other every day. We was talking every day. At this point, we was in a relationship. So, one day, my baby daddy had called me, and he, I low-key forgot y'all was brothers. So, my baby daddy called me, and I'm in the car with his brother. So, he's like, hey, what up, or whatever, they start talking, and then my baby dad's like, what you doing, what y'all got going on, and he's like, oh, no, I'm chilling with my girl, and he's like, my girl, bitch, is you cool, and he's like, oh, shit, we look at each other like, bitch, what the f-? So, after that, he knew, and, he texted me a big old paragraph, and he, told me he gonna come home and do this and do that and do that, and, well, there's nothing I can do about it now, so.
Now listen, I'm not saying that she should have waited for this man. This man is locked up. He's gone. He's in prison. Time waits for nobody. Okay? The world does not revolve around you while you're doing time in that box. Life keep going. But at the same time, if she was going to move on, I feel as though there's a certain level of respect that you got to have, especially if that's your baby father. That's your baby daddy. That man is going to be in your life forever because now y'all connected with that child. You should have a certain respect for that man. There's no way in hell that you moving on and doing all that freak nasty shit with his brother. That's going to create a level of resentment that could possibly pour into the parenting situation. Your baby father hates you so much because you done slept with his brother that now the drop-offs be awkward. The communication about your child be awkward as hell because he hates you. He hates your gut so much. Yes, you got to think about yourself, but sometimes you got to be careful how selfish you are. She was being selfish. The brother was being selfish also. It's billions of people in this world. You couldn't have moved on with somebody else besides this man, brother?
Just after that, we kind of just agreed, we don't even need to be doing this, that's stuff,
It's too late.
So, after that, 2-3 weeks later, y'all, I found out I was pregnant. So, obviously, it's by the brother. So now I got two brothers, both my baby daddies. So, what the f-? So after that,
So your kids is brother cousins.
yeah, we know how that goes. So that's how my baby daddy found out that I was messing with his brother, but he did not know yet about how I was pregnant by his brother. So after that, his brother, you know, like we at this point, like I told his brother, like, yeah, I'm having a baby, you know, we pregnant, whatever. Like, what we gonna do? So he's like, you know, like this is what we gotta do, and I'm like, okay, cool. So me and my second baby daddy at this point ain't even the brother. This is my second baby daddy at this point. So I'm like, me and my baby daddy, like my second baby daddy, like we cool. Like, all right, we talking about we can't do this relationship no more. Yes, we can. We having a baby at this point. We ain't shit. What we gonna do? So, you know, I'm like low key fucked up. Like, damn, like bitch, the brothers. So I'm like, I just gotta tell my first baby daddy. So one day my baby dad had called me and I'm like, look, he like trying to, hey, how you doing? Like, what's my daughter doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, I just gotta let you know right now, like, I'm having a baby. And he's like, oh yeah? And I'm like, yeah. And at this time we weren't together, so he really was fucked up with me. But he's like, damn, he's like, that's crazy. Do you know what it is yet? And I'm like, yes, a boy. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, well, that's good. He's like, I'm happy for you, whatever. He's like, I didn't think you would have a baby on me or whatever. And I'm like, I didn't have a baby on you. We're not together. And he's like, I mean, yeah, you're right, but like, still. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, well, I got something else to tell you. He's like, oh shit, what is it? And I'm like, his name is the dad. He's like, what? And I'm like, your brother is the dad. Like, and I low-key, bitch, I was shaking, I was scared. So he's like, bitch, what the fuck you mean? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like going off and cussing me out. And he's like, well, since he's the dad, bitch, I know he around somewhere. And I'm like, well, he finna pull up. He went to the store real quick to go get me something to eat. And he was like, oh, so y'all living together. Y'all playing house now. And I'm like, no, not technically, but like technically. And he was like, bitch, y'all all the way through, bitch, y'all played out this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, like that was never supposed to happen, you know, after you like found out me and him was each other, like we actually was like we finna not fuck with each other no more, and that thing just kind of transpired, and he was going to off, y'all. So he only had like a month or two left until he was supposed to get out of prison, right?
I could only imagine that level of betrayal. If she was having a baby with somebody else, that pill would have been easier to swallow than to think that your brother is cracking you baby moms. I ain't never been locked up, but I could only imagine that when you in prison, when you in that type of situation, you probably in the back of your mind like, bro, when I get out, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Especially you have a girl on the outside, you like, yo, you know, when I get out, I'm gonna treat her right. I'm not saying you're gonna do it, but at the same time, you know, that's what's giving you hope. Imagine that hope getting ripped away from you. But then imagine it getting ripped away from you by somebody else that you trusted and you care about.
So, boom, he ended up getting out, y'all. Why did he beat his brother the f*** up? Like,
as he should.
Knows, like, he sent his brother to the hospital, y'all.
As he should.
He didn't do that to me. He don't put his hands on bitches, but he sent his brother to the hospital, y'all. So now me and my my first baby daddy are back together, and everything's cool, you know? Like, I think he kind of f***ed up, and I did have...
Wait, what? So he took you back? I'm not going to blame it on her, because I feel as though the brother is equally responsible. But this is literally how niggas be dying over pussy. This is literally how dudes be going to war over vagina, bro. Sometimes I feel as though prison is like death. Out of sight, out of mind. Usually when people pass away, for the first couple weeks, for the first couple months, you mourning, you grieving, rest in peace, R.I.P. You just can't believe that they're gone. To you, things is just not gonna be the same. Oh my God, I'm used to seeing this person every day. I'm used to hanging out with them. I'm used to doing this, that, and the third, right? But then eventually, as time passes, those memories become easier to carry. And eventually, you're gonna start going days without thinking about them, weeks without thinking about them, to the point where you go a whole year without thinking about them until probably their birthday or until probably the day that they passed away or something like that. So to me, sometimes going to prison is like that. What is the boundaries that can't be crossed in a situation like that? Do y'all feel as though her and the brother crossed the boundary? Like, to me, I felt as though they crossed the boundary. But again, somebody might disagree. I got a homeboy that I went to high school with, right? And he was dating this girl. To this day, I don't look at this girl like that. Even if there was an opportunity for me to crack that, I couldn't. They haven't dated each other in like 20 years. But every time I look at her, I think about how I met her. I met her through him. If it was, damn, I done dropped mad ash. If it was one of his skettels, then I'd have been like, all right, I don't got a problem with it. But that was his girl. It'd be amazing to hear what people actually have going on between them four walls in their house. But this story reminded me of a story when I was in high school. My homeboy, his sister was dating this guy. You know, he was a known gangster. He gets locked up. I think he either did 2 years or 3 years. Something to that extent. It was like a probation violation. Anyway, he gets locked up. During the time while he's locked up, my boy's sister started dating some next dude, right? Her and the next dude end up having a baby. The dude that she ended up having a baby with, he's no gangster. He's a dancer. You know, during the time when the Jamaican dudes was wearing the tight pants and they was out here doing the Willy Bunks and Sesame Street and all that. This around that time. Anyway, I remember I used to go to my cousin's house and I would see her, the baby daddy, her boyfriend, walking around the block, walking around the neighborhood and stuff like that. Or one weekend, I go to my cousin's house and I see her and her old boyfriend walking around the neighborhood with the stroller, with the baby in it. Basically, her man gets out of prison. It'd be easy if I could say their name, but I don't want to say their name. You know what I'm saying? But her man got out of prison, basically booted the baby daddy, boyfriend. You know, all right, bro, I appreciate you for holding her down. I'm going to take my girl now. And you know what? I got your kid. Don't worry about it. It got to the point where he would be walking the kid around the block without her. He would be pushing the stroller, bro. Some people got tough skin. If I was in a situation like that and my woman had a baby on me, that's it. It's a wrap. I don't want to talk to you no more. I'm grown. So I understand it. Did nobody put myself in that predicament but me? I'm the one that got myself locked up. I'm the one that put myself in a bad situation, so I got to do time. And time don't wait for nobody. So while I'm in a box, I'm expecting you to sit here and wait for me? No. But in this situation, you got to pick and choose who you're moving on with. Sometimes you got to forgive and forget. But I'm going to be honest with you. Some betrayal are very hard to forgive.